Hello, hello, it's Coyote Christina, surfer, author, dream weaver. We are in week 4 of the Amazed and Amused campaign, and it is Totem Tuesday. So we are just wrapping up the realization stage. In this stage, we talked about conscious choice, we started talking about faith, and we'll talk about no more drama. We'll get into no more drama today. And then we're gonna head into the relation stage. So let's see. So realization stage is where we take ownership for where we are. It's the ability to hold ourselves radically accountable for our lives, take full ownership for where we are and what we are, basically with no excuses. So as soon as we take that full accountability, that's when we actually can focus on what we do have control of and let go of everything else, and then move in the direction, take steps to go to the places we want to go, build the life of our dreams. So let's get into it. I have lots to cover, so I'm just going to read from Amazed and Amused, just a couple paragraphs from each of the reflections of the animals to wrap up faith portion, and then go into the no more drama, a couple of those animals. And there are some quotes in here too, so from this amazing book, Medicine Cards, that inspired me. All right, so here we go. As we begin to step into the faith light on our inner journey, we have elk, porcupine, grouse, antelope, and black panther to support us. These animal guides can provide the strength to go the distance, the stamina of elk, and remind us that faith is not an intellectual exercise or a concern about outward appearances. It is an inner state that can only be accessed when we are able to tap into the wonder of childhood and the playfulness of porcupine. Grouse then teaches us the sacredness of the physical and the power found in disciplined movement, and this leads us to the knowledgeable action of antelope and the ability to go confidently in the direction of our dreams, live the life we've imagined. That's David Thoreau. That's one of my favorite quotes at the end there. Porcupine provides a needed reminder to honor the wonder of life and the appreciation of each new day as an adventure of discovery. That's a quote from Medicine Cards, and then my reflection on it. It is in the playfulness of being and in the childlike wonder of discovery that we are most open to learn, to trust, and to act on faith without even realizing it. How awesome is it that something that most of us love to do, play, that this is one of the best medicines there is to heal and grow and thrive. It is easy to become bogged down by modern life with all the to-do list and endless tasks involved in establishing ourselves and becoming independent, functioning, healthy adults. With all the demands of life, it is easy to find ourselves focused solely on the business of life and forget to take the time to ponder and play. This is why it's a good thing when Porcupine shows up at your doorstep, bringing you the opportunity to learn and have fun all in one. And now we'll talk about grouse. The sacred spiral is a powerful symbol of personal power, of the willingness to die and be reborn again, and again. We spend so much time and energy fearing death, fearing loss, fearing change, that we become blind to new possibilities and opportunities that each of these deaths provide. We continually resist death, even though it is an integral part of life. It is grouse medicine that provides us ritual and the comforting rhythm needed to accept these deaths and losses and fears that show up on our doorstep, often unannounced, and allows us to reclaim our personal power. And also, I think one of the biggest, I think this is one of the biggest knowledge that I've stumbled upon in my journey is like the power of our minds. Like our Western society is so focused on the mind and mind over matter, and I was a Division I athlete and was always pushing my body to go and telling it and bossing it around what to do, and never realizing all the knowledge that is within my body. Like every single cell in our body knows how to maintain life, like has this knowledge within every single cell. How do we tap into that? We become quiet and we meditate and we do yoga poses and we connect with our bodies to tap into that knowledge in every cell. And when I read the book, Stepping Out of Self-Deception, this is the part, I think this aligns with grouse medicine and the power of the physical. Even though, because when we use our bodies, we can use matter over mind. So we can actually use our mind to overcome the doubt and the fears that have been created in our minds through negative experiences. So even though the mind may rant and rave its disapproval and plead to follow its doubt, the body holds the course. Action brings the final stop to these old patterns. If the cells of the body are to learn a new way of being, they begin with a new action in response to an old way of thinking. The power of the mind is superseded by the actions of the body. That is such a powerful, like when you realize that power and that you don't have to listen to your mind, you don't have to listen to your ego. That's from fear and doubt and pushing you to do things because you have to impress someone or because it's what you have to do, need to do. And when you realize, like, I can just sit with myself and I don't have to listen to all those fears and all those doubts. I can go with what my heart and soul is telling me. That's the power to change and transform our lives. So then action, we've been talking about all this action is antelope. So with antelope, action is direct and simple. No mental gymnastics needed, no denial of unwanted feelings. Antelope allows us not only to build faith, but also to do so proactively. Antelope helps us to see what is in front of us and take action accordingly. When we stop resisting so many aspects of life, we have more energy to enjoy life. This is the province of antelope. Action is the key and essence of living. That last bit is from medicine cards. Actions matter just like words matter. Both are very powerful, and with the medicine of antelope by our side, both are very powerful, and with the medicine of antelope by our side, we gain the knowledge of life's circle. Knowing death, antelope can truly live. So and with antelope by our side, you can overcome fear and doubt. You can take courage and leap. Your sense of timing is perfect. When antelope has bounded into your cards, the time is now, the power is you. And that little bit is from medicine cards as well. The power is you. Seize it. So once we embrace all these animals, guys, that we've been talking about, now we find that darkness is the place for seeking and finding answers, for accepting healings, and for accessing the hidden light of truth. If we are willing to go the distance and trust our body's knowing on our inner journey, we will be joined by the bold medicine of Black Panther. Often we need the aid of several animal guides to get to the level of trust and action that morphs into the level of faith needed to call Black Panther to our side, and so we can walk confidently in the direction of our dreams and live the life we've imagined. So you kind of sense that this is the grinding up faith, and those animals are all supporting our faith to trust our body and trust our knowing and walk into the unknown with no guarantees. So slip into the fur of Black Panther. All right, so now we covered the faith section, and we're going to go into no more drama. As we near the end of the realization stage and approach the relation stage of our inner journey, we move from the first and second chakras to the third and fourth chakras. We begin to develop healthy boundaries. These boundaries serve as a container that is strong enough to both hold and let go of our most powerful emotions as we process past and present trauma and drama by releasing the stress and negativity from our body and creating space for peace and joy. We must make peace with ourselves during the realization stage before the gateway to the relation stage and the opportunity for new ways of being and relating will appear. Luckily, we have turtle, mountain lion, armadillo, and prairie dog to guide us and show us how to stay grounded. This is turtle. Take responsibility, mountain lion. Define our space with armadillo, and know when to rest and take retreat, and that's prairie dog. So simple, but not easy. When we are not comfortable being quiet with ourselves, we find ways to create drama to distract us from ourselves. Many times we go to great lengths to avoid being quiet, to avoid so many of the painful moments in our lives. moments when others made us feel small and unworthy, moments when we let our doubts and fears cause us to run and hide, look for an escape, any escape, moments when we did not stand up for our own dignity or for the dignity of a child or another who was clearly being neglected or abused or mistreated. All these events, big or small, contribute to how we react to the world. If we don't want to continue to react to life in habitual ways, we need to learn to choose our actions. If we don't want to repeat the emotional history of the worst moments in our lives, and if we don't want to add aggression in the world or be dictated by our circumstances, we need to become more aware and be able to make conscious choices that bring about new, healthier ways of being and relating that are peaceful and kind. So that kind of gives us a little introduction to No More Drama and the animals that we're going to be looking at. Tomorrow we'll talk about the chakras and go talk about a couple of those animal guides. That was a lot of reading from Amazed and Amused, but I just wanted to cover a little bit about each of the animal guides from Faith. I really feel like that's the heart of it, and that whole, the body can overcome and supersede the mind. Yeah, so if you have any questions, let me know. So glad you're here. Please subscribe on Substack if you're reading this, watching this video. Please subscribe. One of my big dreams and goals for this campaign is to get 20,000 followers on Substack, because I want to get published as an author, and to get published, get their attention. If I had 20,000 followers on Substack, they would be like, oh, maybe we should give this author a deal. Help me get this information out into the world. I would love to share it, help other people heal, grow, and thrive, give them personal resources. I truly believe each of us, the greatest teacher of all is the one that resides in each of us, and that no one else can tell you what's best for you. Others can help guide us and show us the direction we need to go to find that inner teacher. But I truly believe that no one else, and that's why a lot of the stuff going on right now, constitutional rights, human rights, self-determination, is what I stand for. And I hope you do too. So let's stand up together and embrace our powers and our ability to move towards self-determination, and to root out the abusive power structures that are trying to make life great for them and not care about anybody else. But their lives really aren't that great, because they're just driven by ego. They're just stuck down here in ego and in their minds and fear. And they don't get up to the heart with community, heart and soul, where it's at, man. So, all right, take care. Enough of my soapbox. Bye-bye.